Hello everyone! Today is all about experiments. I'm going to test a few experiments I've seen on TikTok. These are simple experiments you can easily do at home. The first experiment I'm going to test is called the elephant toothpaste. I did read that the reason why they call it like that is because the foam is getting so thick that it looks like it could be from a giant tube of toothpaste. So we need vinegar, food coloring, dishwash and baking soda. I saw this experiment a couple of times and they used hydrogen peroxide and yeast in almost all of these videos. So I'm curious if this one will work as well. Starting off with some vinegar. I'm not sure how much. I think this is enough. And then some food coloring. Dishwash. My food coloring isn't really working in vinegar. And the last step is to put some baking soda in it. It is working, but it didn't go really fast. I also want to try it with some hydrogen peroxide and yeast as well to see if one is maybe working better than the other one. We need half a cup of hydrogen peroxide. And we need 8 drops of food coloring. I think that was 8. And now 1 tablespoon of dish soap. Hydrogen peroxide can irritate your eyes and skin, so I'm going to put on some safety goggles just to be sure. These safety goggles resemble diving goggles. But the bigger the better, I guess, with safety goggles. I do have here 3 tablespoons with warm water and now I'm gonna put the yeast in it. 1 package. Mix it for about 30 seconds. I'm giving this a little mix. Now the food coloring is working, so I think I didn't use enough in the last one. We are now going to add the yeast mixture and we will see. It's also working. The reason why it was going so slow is because I used 3% of hydrogen peroxide, and if you want it to be faster you need 6% hydrogen peroxide, or at least 6%. I'm not sure. Both of them worked, but I think this one had more foam than the other one. Next we have a simple egg experiment. We need an egg and white vinegar. Let the egg soak in the vinegar for a day and then you have some sort of squeezy egg. It was easier if I did this yesterday, so it will be ready now. But I will put the egg in the vinegar now and then I will come back tomorrow or maybe even later with the end results. It's been 2 days now since I put the egg in the vinegar. I read that after 1 day the egg is soft, but after 2 days the shell dissolves. So I waited 2 days. Let's see. It worked. It feels a bit like rubber. It's also bouncy. I think you can still break it if you do it too hard. I did look after 1 day and the egg was soft, but indeed the shell was still there. So if you don't want the shell, you need to wait at least 2 days. We need a battery, copper wire and some magnets for this experiment. And if it is working, the copper wire will spin around the battery. I already have like a little heart from copper wire. So If I'm looking at it, they are having magnets at the ends, and then we put the battery on top of it, and we put this one on top of the battery. Oh no! What if I put a magnet on top of the battery? Maybe if I use another battery. I don't get it. What if I do something different with the copper wire? Okay, so I did puzzle a little bit and ooh, I have the copper wire now like this, so let's try that. This is just doing nothing, so I think this one works better, or at least this one is doing something.
Two hours later.
Maybe I'm doing something wrong, I'm not sure. If I look at the video, I am doing the same. Maybe it's the battery, maybe it's the magnets, I don't know, but for me this isn't working. Or it's just not working at all, that's also possible. For this one we need a water bottle, and you can make instant ice of it by putting the water bottle for 2 hours in the freezer. I already put a water bottle 2 hours ago in the freezer, so let me take it. So I have the water bottle in here. It's still water, but if I'm going to shake it, it needs to get some ice. Oh, it's really ice. Did you saw that? Oh, that's really funny. It worked. It gets ice. For the next experiment we need a bag with water. That's where we put some pencils through, and if all goes well the water should stay inside the bag. On one side you will think the water will come out, but on the other side it is some sort of impossible because it closes the gap as well. It is working. We need some cocoa and some milk. I'm going to use some water as well to see if it works on both. And when you put the cocoa inside the milk or the water, the cocoa needs to stay dry. I'm taking some cocoa. And let's put it in the milk. It's working. Let's try it with the water now. The reason why the cocoa stays dry is because the cocoa is hydrophobic, and that means that it is water repellent. For this one we need a balloon and an orange. We take a piece of the skin from the orange and squeeze it on the balloon, and the balloon will pop. Let's cut some skin from the orange. Maybe another piece. Why is it not working? Well, it is working, that's for sure. I thought it wasn't going anymore, so I didn't expect it to pop. This experiment is to make your own fire extinguisher. We only need some vinegar and baking soda. Then we put a tube on it and then it releases CO2 and that will put out the flames. Okay, so I have everything in here, so let's try. First, I do have the vinegar already in here. I think I'm going to put something under it. Now I'm going to add some baking soda at the vinegar. Then we put this over it. It is working, but it wasn't working with the tube. To make sure it is working, I will try again. You could see that nothing was coming out of this glass, it was the air. I don't know why it wasn't working with the tube, maybe I wasn't fast enough, but in the end it is working. These were all the experiments for today's video. Actually, almost all of the experiments worked, only the battery one wasn't working for me. Further, it was a good day and I think science is very interesting. If you like this video, then give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel, and I hope to see you in my next video. Bye bye!